Hi guys, Beth Callback here with a quick project share that hopefully you can still use before Christmas. I have been making a lot of these little candy cane favors this season and using them at work, like for the UPS guy and anybody I want to say a cute little season's greetings to. And what I'm going to show you today, I'm going to share how I made a template so I could easily mass produce these. So to start, you're going to need a piece of paper, and this is just a scrap that measures 3 3/4 inches by 1 1/2. And to make the template, what I did is I scored it at 1 5/8, 1 7/8, and 2 1/8. And then I turned it, and just for the template, I also scored a line right down the middle. Now you could draw a line with a pencil, but that required looking for one, so it was just easy to score it right there. So now I have my center. First thing I do is just fold it in half. Okay? And I can see this little score line, when I'm done, I'm going to fold this up. So I know when I make the hole for my candy cane, I don't want it to cross over that line. So the first thing I did is I took this little hole punch I have, and this measures like 3/8. It's not a 1/2 inch circle, so it's smaller than that. So you can always use a smaller one if you don't have this size, and then make it a little bigger with your candy cane. But I found this worked perfect for me. Now what I did is I just tucked it in my little punch, and I used that center line that I scored, and I knew I didn't want to see the other score line, so it would be smaller than the fold up part, and just gave it a punch. And voila, I have a hole in the middle for my candy cane to go, and it's not ripped, and it's going to stay together when I fold it up. Now the next thing that I needed to do, which is why I needed the center line here, is I needed to poke some holes so that when I tied it on the candy cane it would stay. So again, this time I took my little hole punch, and I used the small side of my punch. You know how you have the small one and the big one? I used the small one, and I just eyeballed it, because I know that center line is pretty much where the candy cane's going to be. So I just gave myself a hole on each side of that fold mark. And then if I didn't like it, like see, I know that's up too high, but that's okay. It's just my little template. Then I folded it in half and did the other side so it would match. Now remember I said I thought, ooh, that's down too low, so that's okay. We'll just move the next one up a little bit more so I'll like it better. Yeah. And there you go. Okay, that's it. Then I wanted a pretty little border on the side, so this time I took my corner chomper, and this says it's a cloud, is what it calls it. We are memory keepers. And I just chomped away at the 4 corners. That's it. My template's ready. So what I did red ones and green ones, right? And you can see I've got the 3 score lines. 3 score lines on there, the holes. And then when I go to punch, I just line them up and punch. And it's really fast, so I know that I can consistently line them up. And of course, if you have one of these by We Are Memory Keepers, you know when it comes time to punch, you can punch more than one, and it just goes through it like butter. So that's what I did. Once I had these made, I took an oval punch and I mix matched. So if it was a red base, I made a green scallop. and I used red ink for my greeting. And I put that together, and then I put this on the front of the treat holder, like that. Now, the only other thing left to do, and what I did is I put this message on last, so I tied the base on the candy canes first, and then when I had those all tied, I went back and just stuck the labels on, so it was really fast. And what I did to thread the yarn, because there's my Christmas yarn again that I just love using this time of year, I used one of these big tapestry needles, and I thread a really long piece, so again it would go really fast because I could just, I could just thread my yarn right through, tie my bow, and keep going. I still had yarn on the needles, so it went very, very fast to make them. So, okay, that's it. That's how easy these are. Oh, and I guess I should say, when I fold these, I fold it in half, right? And I want this like a W. So after I fold that one in half, I take the other two and fold them up, like so. So it makes a W, like a little tea bag. And that way, when I put the candy cane in there, that one stays hidden and it looks neat. Like, see, it's almost flat, but it kind of concaves in the right direction, so it looks good. And there you have it. Hope you can use this idea. Hope you like it. And I can't wait for Christmas cleanup to be over. My craft room is a mess. I had to clean everything off in order to shoot this. So hopefully we'll get back to normal here soon and can be back with the new year. So if I don't see you before Christmas, I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, a very happy holiday, however you choose to celebrate. And thank you so much for watching and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. Have a good new year. Bye.